Hi guys, Debbie here. Welcome to my channel, welcome back. So today's video I'm super excited for. It's a collab with one of my favourite people, one of my best friends here on YouTube, the wonderful Nikki Raven. I love you so much, Nikki, and just love watching your channel. And Nikki and I were having a chat about channels that we like to watch ourselves outside of the friends that we've made in YouTube, which I always like to support the friends that I've collabed with or just other creators, because I know how much time and effort it takes to do YouTube, particularly if you've got a job as well, which a lot of us do. So I try to watch as many of my friends as I can, but I've been a long-term viewer of YouTube myself before I was a creator, so probably 3 years or more of watching YouTube before I took the plunge to create my channel, as a lot of you know. So Nikki and I were chatting about who we like to watch outside of the friends that we've made here, and I just suggested one person that I watch, thinking that Nikki will definitely be watching this person because she's amazing. And Nikki wasn't watching her and hadn't heard of her, so it sparked an idea in this chat that we would do a video talking about some of the channels we watch that you guys might not. So the idea was 10 channels that I love, that I watched, and you should be watching too. Now I know Nikki, and when we say that it's going to be a countdown of 5 or a countdown of 10 or whatever, she'll sneak some more in. So I think I've got 12 in my list. So you can forgive me, Nikki, but I bet you'll have more than that, because I know you did mention some honorary mentions might go in there. So to caveat this before I start, and then I'll reveal the person that sparked this whole thing off, but to caveat it before we start, I just want to say I'm not going to be mentioning anyone in this that I've collabed with, chatted to on Instagram, anything like that. So because I'd be so worried about leaving anybody out, because you all know, you know, if you're watching me for any length of time, who I am friends with on YouTube, and you know that I love those people so much. So it goes without saying that they are my favourite channels and I'm watching them. So I don't want to mention any of those people, and these are going to be channels I've never spoken about really on my channel, or, you know, they just don't know who I am essentially, but I love their content. And one of the reasons I love a lot of these people's content as well is because I've learned a lot from them and developed my makeup style by watching the awesome skills that these people have for various different reasons. So let's get on to the person that I recommended to Nikki, and that is Makeup Mouse, or Heather Moorhouse. So Makeup Mouse was her Instagram name. I'm trying to think where I first found her, and I really can't think. I don't know if it was a Sugar Pill channel. I don't think it was. I can't remember where I first saw her, to be honest, but she is incredible. At the moment, she does a lot of character makeups, but she's also doing product reviews of new releases in the indie world as well. So I think if you like the kind of content that I make, you'll like her from that perspective. But what I love most about her is the character makeup that she does. So she's got a series going on at the moment called Mouse of Horrors, and oh my god, it is so good. So she starts off telling you the story of the character she's going to create, and they're not your usual sort of, I don't know, Beetlejuice or Dracula or, I don't know, any other sort of Halloween-y sort of characters that you might think of. They're all sorts of interesting characters. And she's sitting in what looks like a little cottage, and she looks like a little old lady wrapped in a blanket or whatever, reading from this book, and she sets the scene of what the character is all about and the spooky music and everything. And then she goes into wig cap version of Heather, where she's doing the amazing character makeups, and then what she creates by the end is something else. But she's really good at explaining exactly what she's doing all the way through. So I feel like, although I can't do character makeup, I'm so inspired by what she's doing, and I've learnt a lot of technique of how she shades and blends and everything else. So it inspires me to have a go, and I'm definitely going to have a go. But that's Heather, and I know Nikki has been watching Heather now herself and absolutely loves her too. So she would be my #1 recommendation at the moment. I'm obsessed with her channel, absolutely love everything about what she does. So if I'm looking down slightly in this video, it's because I've got all of the pictures that I'm going to put up in the or up here somewhere to sort of show you the channels that I'm talking about and the subscriber counts and things that they've got. But she's not a massive channel, and at the moment she's got 42.9 thousand subscribers. So, you know, sizable but not enormous. Some of these are much bigger channels than this. Some are smaller. So it's nothing to do with subscriber count for me. If I love somebody's content, then I'll watch it. So moving on to the next one, and I'm probably going to butcher the pronunciation of this person's name, but Julia Mazzucato. So she'll be up there on the screen so that you can see the spelling. And I found Julia probably at the beginning of my YouTube watching, because she's been on YouTube quite a while. I've probably been watching her a couple of years anyway, at least. And she's only a very young girl. I think she's 18 or 19, but she's probably the most mature 18, 19-year-old that I've ever come across, really. I mean, her editing is incredible. The quality in her videos is awesome. She does a lot of talking about makeup, and looks quite often on Instagram instead, and she's beyond talented at that. But what I love is when she talks about her palettes in such a way she knows every shade that's in the palette. She did a series on each colour, so finding the best reds, the best purples, etc., and swatching one and showing you everything that she's got in her collection. She's not afraid to declutter and keep her collection small, but she's got a lot of the palettes that I love. Definitely into a colourful makeup style. She's just recently had breast augmentation, and there's a really heartfelt story behind why that was necessary for her to have done, and she was so brave to reveal it. And I do love channels where I feel like I can get to know the creator and that they're very honest on camera. So yeah, absolutely love Julia, and as I say, I've been watching her for a couple of years. I don't really hear anyone really talking about her channel. She deserves so much more love and attention than she gets. So that's Julia. Then this person is completely different in makeup style, and is not just a makeup channel, but Snowy Lowther. So I've been watching Snowy for it's probably only about 18 months, I guess, because I found her because she's into the gothic kind of music that I love. I mean, I love every genre of music, but that is one genre that I love. I bought a turntable for my vinyl, and I wanted to start getting back into collecting vinyl, and so I was hunting for channels to watch, and I typed in things like goth vinyl, etc., trying to find the sort of people that I might want to see what collections they got, and Snowy popped up. And just about every album that she was holding up, I was like, I love that album. She's got the same musical taste, etc. She's only in her 20s and I'm in my 50s, but music transcends age and whatever, as makeup does too, I think. So I really, really enjoyed watching that video, and I've watched it several times since, because each time I'm looking to buy another vinyl, I go back to that video to see if she's got it now, because I can't always remember. But she loves Susie and the Banshees, she loves Duran Duran, she loves Kraftwerk, and she loves The Cure. She's a real Cure fan, and she talks with passion about The Cure. But she's also been travelling, so I was watching her travelling vlog. She went to Cambodia, Vietnam, and travelled all over the world, and she quit her job to do that, so that was amazing to watch as well. But she does makeup, she does very gothy style makeup, but these days not so much. Like, she was really like the traditional goth look, and now she's blonde, but she still has a lot of goth vibes to her eyeshadow, and I think in that way I'm quite similar at times, so I enjoy her for that. She's very intelligent. She sparks some debate on her channel with the things that she talks about, talks in a very articulate way, so she does all sorts of stuff, lifestyle as well, so highly recommend her. She's British as well, so I've got to shout out some Brits in this little recommendation. So that's Snowy Lowther. Okay, the next one is a smaller channel, only 4,000 subscribers, which is massive compared to me, of course, but small in the YouTube community. And I found this person, which is Laci Face, the vintage girl next door. I found her because I was doing some research for my 1950s makeup look that I did in collaboration with some of the YouTubers here, only 2 or 3 videos ago. So I was just trying to find vintage channels to watch to get a sense of what 1950s makeup was all about. and I stumbled across Laci Face channel, and oh, she's so good. I mean, I love her makeup style, but she's just got a really sweet personality. But the video that I watched, and I'd need to reach out to her and ask how she did it, but have you guys seen these pictures where you've got the person's body sat on a sofa, one side of the sofa, and their legs are on the other side of the sofa? But she was actually talking in the intro of the video, and it was filmed as a video like that, and I'm like, how the hell is that even possible? I'm in awe of anything like creative in terms of editing, as well as the actual creation of the makeup and things like that. So love seeing that. I've sparked off her personality, and I love all the vintage vibe of all the looks that she does. She's new to me, so I've only watched probably about 4 or 5 of her videos so far, but when I've got some spare time, I'm going to literally just binge watch and catch up with all the videos from the past. She's currently doing some Halloween looks, but they're not character looks, they're just inspired by the colours of the season as such. I mean, their character looks in terms of, like, one of them was from Rocky Horror, but they're not character looks like face paint, if that makes sense. So that's Laci Face, loving her content so far. Okay, the next person I've watched since the very first video that she put out, and that's Alice Lockhart. And Alice is just, oh, I just love her so much. So she's another one that's heavy metal inspired. She does makeup based on like the colours from a band t-shirt. She owns her own company with like jewellery and accessories as well, but all in like the more heavy metal gothic-y kind of style. She does the Alice and Jenny show. I'll leave you to watch those. They are amazing. They're so funny, but with, I think it's her sister or a friend, I can't remember now, but I think they're sisters actually, but really entertaining seeing those two spark off of each other. She's mega talented. She does get very colourful makeup, but with a more darker kind of vibe to it. But when I saw her first couple of videos, she's got one of these sing-songy sort of voices that's just infectious. Really beautiful voice to listen to, and you'll know what I mean if you play an intro to one of her videos. But she has spooky music going on in her videos. Everything's a production, and her pictures on Instagram, the lighting that she's using is really interesting. Just really love watching Alice, and I'm always inspired by her. She does reviews of new products quite often. I saw her using LA Splash products, which is what got me into buying the classic horror. So just all round love everything that she does on her channel, really. She's got 25,000 nearly subscribers now, and I've seen her grow in the last sort of year and a half from starting as a completely brand new channel. So that's also very inspiring to me. Okay, then the next person, probably one of my favourites ever on YouTube. She doesn't upload very often anymore, and she's got 2 channels. She's got her own channel that she's had for a long time, when they're both her own channels, but a makeup channel, and then she's got a vlog channel. So it's Victoria or Biohazardous Beauty. So a channel that I'm showing you now is Biohazardous Beauty, and I've been watching her since the very beginning of starting to watch YouTube. And she, again, I found her because I was looking for lip swatch videos for the Kat Von D Studded Kiss lipsticks when they first came out. So this is how long ago we're talking, when that formula was new. And she had lip swatched every single colour, and that's what this person's really interested in. So I need to like watch some more content, and I just fell down a YouTube rabbit hole. As if any of you are watching YouTube now, you'll probably know what I mean. You watch one video and it leads to the next, etc. And I spent like literally a whole weekend watching her videos and caught up with a lot of them, and then I've just carried on. But as I say, she doesn't upload so many now, and she's got a Patreon program, so a lot of the videos go to her Patreons and not to the general masses now, which makes me a bit sad. You know, I do understand that people need to be supported via Patreon, but to give you an example, Heather Moorhouse has Patreons, but you still get to see her content as well. I think she just does extra for her Patreons, whereas Victoria's not doing so much for the general people that are watching her. But her vlog channel is uploaded on quite a lot. She does hiking videos on her vlog channel. I watch that as well. And vegan, kind of what I eat in a days, and she talks about her life a lot. She's another goth girl. But her makeup, if you've ever seen my videos where I do that little turn in kind of like false inner corner, I learnt it from watching her channel, and I'd never even considered really doing that before I saw her do that. The picture that I've got of her that I'm putting up there, which is her background for her YouTube art, has got that vibe going on. And also I learned how to do wing liner watching her, because I could never get it right on me with my eye shape, and then I saw how she turns hers up and makes it a little bit thicker, and it just sparks me. I thought I can adapt what I'd seen everyone else doing that just didn't work for me because of the age of my eyes and my eye shape, and make it Debbie. And now I have the Debbie wing, and she has the Victoria wing, and it's completely different to mine. But you know, it's just making like that your eye shape look the best that it can look. So, but she does colourful makeup. She does speed tutorials where she's not talking and it's just the music and she's whizzing through the footage, and she's just all round inspiring with her makeup looks and how she packs colour on and gets the pigmentation and the vibrancy out of shadows. And also the other thing that she uses a lot of, or did in the past, was Sugar Pill, and she sparked a love in me for pill shadows, particularly Poison Plum, which was one of her favourite shadows that she uses or did use in a lot of her looks. So that's Hazardous Beauty, one of my absolute favourites. The next one is a British channel, and it's SophieB Beauty, and I've been watching her again since I started watching YouTube, really, because I was looking for British channels as well at the time, and she's only a small channel even now, so 10,000 subscribers, been going, as I say, 2 or 3 years. She has vlogs that go up, and she has her normal content as well. She always, or pretty much always, does a full face for every look that she does, and she talks you through the process, and she does cream contour. She changes her face, like with her contour and her brows, and just looks, I mean, she's pretty anyway, but she looks incredible when she finishes. And it was at the time when Makeup Geek was really a big thing, and Tarte and whatever, so going back a little while, but she'd have her own palette of all of these shades of Makeup Geek, and it got me inspired to buy from that brand, and just to learn the techniques around blending and just creating like seamless looking eye looks when I really had no clue how to blend. So, but she's got a sparkly personality and very real, you know, you feel like you get to know her by watching her channel, and I just love seeing her grow on YouTube and seeing like growers, not in numbers, growers like in confidence, and sort of the things that she's been doing and sharing her life experiences along the way. It's just been lovely to get to know her. She has no idea who I am. I've never commented on her channel, because before I had a channel of my own I never used to comment, and I only really comment on people's channels that I've chatted to maybe on Instagram or that I've become friends with, because I tend to put other people on in the background while I'm doing my makeup and then I just forget to comment. But I absolutely love her channel. I probably should support her more. The next one is another interesting one in the kind of gothy kind of category, although that's not all that she does. So Denise Draven. Now, I found her because I was looking for the Lunatic Cosmetics Labs palettes, and she'd done a review on, I think it was the Elvira palette. So that's how I found her. Quite often I find people just by accident looking for a particular product, but I just love her makeup style, and I know now she's become a PR ambassador for Anastasia, which is amazing to see, and she does a lot of looks on Instagram for that. So her looks aren't necessarily so goth as they used to be, but she's done some horror looks just recently on her channel, and I just love watching her looks come together. She's another one that I've learnt so much from in terms of how she uses colour, applies makeup, and has a very similar makeup style to mine. So that's Denise. The next one I feel like most of you will know, but I can't do a video like this without mentioning this person, because honestly, if she drops a video, I drop everything. I don't know if you guys have got anyone like that you just adore everything that they do and you're obsessed with them, and that's Atleeeey or Ash. So Atleeeey, if you don't know her, she's quite a big channel now, but I started watching her when she still had a regular day job and she was doing YouTube on the side. She's now given up working like it. I think she's in some sort of design or computer kind of role, but she now does YouTube and makeup full time, and she's been the face of a NYX campaign, and yeah, she's really taken off because she's incredibly talented. She changes her look with her hair very often. So she's got, every time you see her, she's got pink hair or orange hair or green or yellow. Or so she's always a chameleon in that way, changing up how she looks. She does lookbook videos where she like goes to the desert somewhere and films all of these looks because she's got an incredible figure. And she makes her own clothes. She's got a merch line. And she spends a lot of time like dip dyeing these things and making them unique, and really cares about the merch that she's putting out there. Very creative person. And again, I've learnt a lot about how to apply makeup by watching her channel and seeing her evolve over the time as well, from quite an awkward kind of shy YouTuber. I saw her very first video that she did, which was with the Sweet Peach palette by Too Faced. And if you were to go back and watch that one now, which I'm sure she wouldn't want anyone to do, and to see what she is like on YouTube now is so inspiring to me. Not that it was awful, but she was like a lot more reserved, a lot more awkward on camera than she is now, and she's just so natural now. But she shared a lot of her life. She's very honest in her Get Ready With Me's about how she's feeling, whether she's suffering from anxiety or whether she's happy, or whatever she's feeling, she lets you know, which I always love in a creator, to really get to know them. But her makeup is so inspiring, and every year she does a Halloween series called Ashtoberfest, and it's 31 days, or the intention is for it to be, of all different Halloween looks. Some that are simple and wearable, some that are costume looks, and she does the wigs and the costumes to match. There's been a couple of years where she's had some criticism from those and she's had to stop in the middle, and I just felt so like bad for her because she puts her heart and soul into Ashtoberfest. So she was preparing really well this year, and it's going down really, really well, and I'm loving all of them. I mean, I love them anyway. Every single one I've watched, I've loved. So really urge you, if you like seeing creative Halloween looks, to watch her channel. But just if you love Get Ready With Me's, the sort of content that I do when I do a Get Ready With Me, but a lot more interesting than mine. She's got a much more interesting life, I feel, than I do. She lives in LA, and you know, she's does vlogs where she's sort of showing a bit of her life. So yeah, that's Atleeeey's channel, or Ash. So this video has turned out a lot longer than I anticipated. So the next one is Lucy Stephenson Gill, or LSG Makeup, and I found her channel by seeing the looks that she was posting on Instagram, and these are definitely Instagram looks. So if you don't like the sort of really precise kind of really, they look edited, but honestly she's not doing it through editing. She's just so incredibly talented. You know, these really graphic shapes and just geometric kind of shaped cut creases with all different colours. She's just incredibly talented. So I'm watching her really, as I say, a fellow Brit, but I'm also watching her to learn how the hell does she do some of these things. But she gets quite a lot of PR now. She does Anastasia as soon as the items come out, so I always find that quite interesting to see. But she'll always do a really interesting look with them, not just sort of, you know, just talking about the products. It's always about the makeup more than anything else, and the talent behind it. So absolutely love her. And then we've got back to one that's an original that I've been watching for a long time and still continue to watch. And she's changed her channel name in the time that I've been watching her, and her complete look as well, really. But that's Leesha. So when I started watching Leesha, she was called Sparkage. Does anyone remember Sparkage when she was that? And again, I'd say probably 3, maybe even 4 years ago since I started watching her. And I found her through my love of Urban Decay. She was talking about the Vice palettes at that time, so we are going back some time. And I think it was the Vice 3 that I found her through. But she used to talk about each shade and explain, like, I don't know, that it's a copper shade with silver micro sparkles or whatever. She used to make me want to buy it just by the descriptions of the shadows. And She would just really go into depth on the products, but there's no drama with Leesha. She's just a lovely, lovely person, deserves all the success that she's had. And she rebranded the channel as Leesha. She now is embracing her curly hair. She's a fellow curly haired girl like me. She's using the curly girl method to get her hair really, really spirally curly. Looks absolutely beautiful. She talks about new makeup releases quite often. But she's just got one of those personalities that if you're feeling a little bit low on that particular day, you put her on and she just makes you smile. So I love her for that reason as well. So strongly urge you to check her out. She's a bigger channel compared to some of these others. 510,000 subscribers. That's no small channel, but she feels like you're just watching just a friend when you're watching her. And yeah, I just love Leesha. Okay, and last but not least, I've got Kayla Hagey. I think you pronounce it like that. And I love watching Kayla. She does, again, I found her, I think, through sugar pill kind of tutorials when I was looking for my sugar pill shades. But she does all different brands of colourful shadow tutorials. She's just done one just recently with like a bat eyeliner. You know, these ones where it actually looks like a bat in the corner and then all bats around it, which is really, really beautiful. But her looks aren't too out there that you couldn't try and recreate them, you know. And she's got the perfect eye shape for eyeshadow, but she really, you know, she's got quite a lot of lid space and whatever. So I think I'd love to have her eyes because I reckon it would make life a lot easier. But it doesn't take away from her talent because she does the sort of blended, what am I going to say, like she's got the talent to really do makeup in the right way. She knows the tools to use, she can blend well and whatever, but she's not afraid to play with colour. And again, I found her the sort of channel that I can learn from. And for me, that's the reason that I watch YouTube. But there's a couple of reasons. It's either to improve my skills, it's entertainment value, because I want to either get to know the creator and just feel like they're friends of mine. I know that sounds a bit sad, I'm like sitting in my lonely little house, but these people have kind of become like my go-to as like my people, because before I started my channel I had no one to talk makeup with, so I felt like I'd got friends even though they didn't know who I was as such. So it became a massive part of my world. And as I say, if you can find channels like that through me, then that would make me so happy. I mean, everybody likes different things obviously, and that's great, and there's channels for everybody, and I think mine are quite a diverse selection, to be honest. Some are more lifestyle based, some are more in the goth makeup kind of sphere, some of them are more review channels, some of them are more commentary about the makeup, some are more application of the makeup, but each one of them I either learn something from or I'm entertained by, and that's really what it's all about. So they're the sort of channel that I aspire to be. I don't know if I'm quite there yet. I'm trying really hard to make my content good and to improve it, and these are the channels that have inspired me to do that along the way. So I want to say a big thank you to all of those, even though they absolutely know nothing about who I am. But I really hope, guys, that you've enjoyed watching this, and it's something completely different for my channel. I can't wait to see the ones that Nikki's got, and I know that she's going to have some amazing channels for me to watch. And incidentally, just a few words about Nikki just to wrap up this video. I watched Nikki because, well, Annette's Makeup Corner introduced me to Nikki and said that I would like Nikki's channel. I was looking for channels that the creator was a little bit older, shall we say, more in my age range, and somebody that I could relate to. And Annette said that I would love Nikki's content, and I love Nikki because of her sense of humour, her wackiness, her, I don't know, her skills with makeup, absolutely incredible, and just that she's an all-round lovely person. So if I've got any issues around YouTube that I'm struggling with, I know I can reach out to Nikki and she'll be there. And like, I had a really bad week when like all my footage went wrong and I'd lost everything or it was out of focus. And within sort of 2 minutes of chatting to Nikki, she sent me some silly little animated kind of character or whatever, and I'll be giggling my head off again and I'll be fine. You know, she's just one of those friends that just like really like is a bright spark in your day and just makes you feel great about yourself and about life. So I can't wait now to hop over to Nikki's video, so I strongly suggest you do the same and see who she's recommending and who she watches. She uploads every day herself, so I don't know how she has time to watch so much YouTube, but I know she's a massive YouTube fan, the same as I am, and I think most of us that are creators are doing it because we have such a passion for YouTube ourselves. So this has been a hell of a long video, but I've enjoyed it so much. Thank you so much for collabing with me, Nikki. Love you to bits. And as I say, if you've enjoyed the video, guys, then please give it a like to let me know if you like this more chatty kind of content. It's not something I do too often on my channel these days. I do more tutorial based, but this has been a lot of fun. So I hope you've enjoyed it. Hope you're having a lovely day or night wherever you are, and I'll catch you in the next video. Bye.